Good afternoon. In Juba, Senior Envoy Honorable Adut Kiir has joined a high-level dialogue aimed at accelerating peace efforts across South Sudan. Addressing national and international delegates, Honorable Adut emphasized that sustainable peace must begin at the community level. Adut Kiir, remember the people in Nasir. They are the main stakeholders. Her remarks come as tensions continue to rise in several regions, prompting renewed calls for grassroots engagement and inclusive negotiations. We begin with breaking news from Juba. Senior Presidential Envoy Honorable Adut Kiir has taken part in a high-level peace dialogue focused on reducing violence and accelerating national reconciliation. During the session, Adut Kiir delivered a strongly worded message on community involvement, stating, "Remember the people in Nasir. They are the main stakeholders." Her statement has sparked discussions on how peace efforts can better include local voices, especially from conflict-affected areas. Adut Kiir calls for community-centered peace efforts at Juba Dialogue. Senior Envoy Honorable Adut Kiir on Monday joined a high-level peace dialogue in Juba that brought together government officials, diplomats, and civil society leaders to address the country's ongoing security concerns. In her remarks, Honorable Adut stressed the importance of community ownership in the peace process. "Remember the people in Nasir. They are the main stakeholders," she said, urging stakeholders to prioritize local engagement as a foundation for lasting stability. The dialogue forms part of a renewed national push to calm tensions and revive confidence in ongoing peace initiative. Adut Kiir joined a major peace dialogue today in Juba. She urged leaders to put communities at the center of reconciliation efforts, saying, "Remember the people in Nasir. They are the main stakeholders." Her message has sparked strong reactions as calls grow for more community-led peace initiatives. A group of women mediators in South Sudan has held talks with the main opposition party, the SPLMIO, in a new effort to break a deadlock in the country's fragile peace process. The meeting in the capital, Juba, on Tuesday aimed to revive the 2018 peace agreement, which has been marred by disputes and violations, delaying the country's transition to elections. The SPLMIO, loyal to suspended First Vice President Dr. Riek Machar, said the session was very productive and committed to a South Sudanese to South Sudanese dialogue. The Women's Mediation Team, organized by the Community Empowerment for Progress Organization, CEPO, with support from UN Women, includes figures from diverse professional backgrounds. Their initiative comes at a critical time. Dr. Machar is currently on trial for treason, and his party has made his release, along with other detained officials, a prerequisite for meaningful high-level talks. "We are in this process 100%. Speaking after the meeting, a prominent SPLMIO representative, Yolanda Al-Deng, expressed gratitude to the mediators and religious leaders. "We are in this process 100%, Deng, a former health minister, told reporters. "We are for a South Sudanese to South Sudanese dialogue, to make sure that our country is back in peace 100%. However, she outlined a key condition for the opposition. "We have a prerequisite, the unconditional release of His Excellency the First Vice President, plus all the SPLMIO leaders in detention." She stated that this step would lead to a high-level dialogue involving the President and other peace partners, ultimately paving the way to transition our country out of the transitional period to the election. Mediators' goal. For the mediators, the meeting was the first in a series of planned consultations with the various signatories to the peace agreement. Florence Ajaba, a representative for the South Sudan Women Mediators, described the talks as a great deliberation. "We've agreed to have a dialogue. We're going to have more of these sessions throughout the week," Ajaba said. She explained that the group's goal is to complement the implementation of the peace agreement. The mediators hope to bring all signatories together for direct conversations to salvage the nation's peace process and ensure the long-awaited elections can take place. "We're looking forward to other signatories of the agreement to also accept and come to the table," Ajaba added. The 2018 agreement ended a brutal 5-year civil war that cost nearly 400,000 lives. Its stalled implementation continues to be a source of instability in the world's youngest nation. Proceedings of the 25th session of the sham trial of Dr. Riek Machar and 7 other SPLM-AIO detainees Juba, November 26, 2025. The politically motivated court, known as the Special Court on Nasir Incident, established by the SPLM-IG to try first Vice President HE Dr. Riek Machar Teni Durgan, Chairman and Commander-in-Chief of the SPLM/AIO, along with 7 other senior movement detainees, held its 25th session today at Freedom Hall. During today's session, Major Peter Manuel Deng, the prosecution's first witness and a legal advisor representing the South Sudan People's Defense Forces, SSPDF, concluded his testimony. His testimony included the presentation of an SSPDF report on the Nasir incident, alongside multimedia evidence, Exhibit 8, comprising video footage, photographs, and voice recordings, which had been previously submitted by the lead investigator in the case as part of the prosecution's evidence. Major Peter Manuel Deng presented additional documents to the sham court. These allegedly comprised lists of SSPDF soldiers killed and those who survived the Nasir incident, an SSPDF statement regarding the withdrawal of its forces from Wekuradu Garrison, Nasir County, and an inventory of weapons purportedly destroyed in the incident. The SSPDF officer also submitted video material, which he claimed depicted the execution of wounded soldiers, armed youth fighters displaying captured equipment, and scenes reportedly filmed after SSPDF forces recaptured Nasir in April. He testified, alleging that the Nasir clashes led to the deaths of 257 soldiers, with 16 others injured, and the loss of military equipment and vehicles valued at $58 million. During his testimony before the sham court, Major Deng detailed the findings of the so-called investigation committee formed by the SSPDF. The committee allegedly concluded that the attack on the Wekuradu garrison was a premeditated operation planned by the SPLA-IO. According to Major Deng, this committee further asserted that the killing of General David Major and the capture of other SSPDF soldiers was carried out jointly by the newer armed youth and SPLA-IO. These findings, the witness alleged, were based on field operations reports, military intelligence, a report from the Joint Verification and Monitoring Mechanism, JMVM, and testimonies from individuals present during the incident. Major Deng directly implicated HE Dr. Riek Machar Teni Durgan, the first Vice President of the Republic, and Chairman and Commander-in-Chief of the SPLM/AIO, alleging a failure in command responsibility. He claimed Dr. Machar failed to protect prisoners and mishandled his chain of command. Furthermore, Deng asserted that Dr. Machar neither condemned the killings nor established a committee to hold the perpetrators accountable, actions which, he stated, violated international agreements. Manuel additionally alleged that the investigation report implicates General Gabriel Duplam, the fourth accused, who serves as the SPLA-IO acting chief of staff, co-chair of the Joint Defense Board, JDB, and Deputy Chief of Defense Forces of the SSPDF. Lieutenant General Yidak, Deputy Director General for Operations of the National Security Service, NSS, and General Dylan Keek, the SPLA-IO Chief of Military Intelligence. The report alleges that General Duplam was aware of a planned mobilization and attack on SSPDF barges, but did not inform Army headquarters. Separately, Major Deng also referenced what he described as negative propaganda spread by MP Gatwech Lam Puch, Honorable Puch, who is being accused in video footage of stating that the forces scheduled for replacement as untrained militia. Dr. James Alala Deng, the presiding judge of the sham court, has adjourned the session. It is scheduled to resume on Friday, November 28th, when the defense is expected to cross-examine the witness and respond to the testimony. The SPLM/AIO maintains its rejection of the so-called special court, viewing it as a tool to undermine the revitalized agreement and pursue a political witch hunt against Dr. Riek Machar and the SPLM/AIO. The movement demands the immediate and unconditional release of Dr. Riek Machar and all SPLM/AIO detainees.